information as well, and he himself could get a lot of sound cues from the T side back in those days in particular. Woody's very different to that.
Oh yeah, 100%. His playstyle is super different, but I just think that people see that succeed and they go, oh yes, I could do that too.
Was he a little bit more difficult than that?
Yeah.
As I think a lot of us have found it
easier to see rather than to do.
And that's how we got here. Meanwhile, Digit is actually pushed all the way up. He does spot out the first Fluxo player, however, is not able to find anything. Instead, it's David to use the distraction and the isolated Lux to find the kill, and Digit will fade away and get the shot in the process. Now he's in his element, and his element is chaos.
Oh, wow. All of a sudden, he needed to deliver on the goods and keep the pace up, and Fluxo, Mad Kings, what's the difference? It's a big one, but Digit doesn't seem to care. Good kills, man. And bouncing between him and David, you know, the fallback after the initial probe towards top middle, that's what sent all these Fluxo players after him. It's like, wait, he can't be there, get him! It was all into a trap, two-man setup.
I am very surprised that Fluxo aren't going for Deagle buys, considering the kind of firepower they have.
Yeah. That's very much true, but also might play into the fact that I think they similarly will respect the accomplishments of 9Z. Been a team built up for longer, like Fluxo have only been around for about a month and a half.
I won't say quite a while.
Some would. Not me, though.
Indeed, not you. This is where I'm actually very curious about how the NQZ dynamic works, because for me, one of the things that I've really enjoyed about up-and-coming AWPers who have recognized the degree of skill that they might actually possess, you see this in particular in the CIS region a lot, is that when they think that there's a skill difference between them and the enemy AWPer, they exploit it. They really try to exploit that. So I'm looking forward to seeing whether there's any of that. Obviously, 9Z is actually a fairly structured team, so there may be some sort of shackles binding him down regardless. He is not going to be allowed to spread his wings all that much, potentially. But again, my curiosity is still there. Hey, gotta get that bird's eye view of the lightning bolt.
Yeah, I can really respect that. Phelps was hunting for that the whole round. Good shots hit by NQZ, though. You know, he got the tags on the short side push. It was only against Glocks, sure, but made it so much easier for Digit to sweep up these 2 kills.
God, I love it, man. That's a great observer angle for it.
Right, rifles out. This is why they saved. Trying to leverage the individual ability. Said they might do that for the force buy, but give themselves better chances with the full autos. Mechanics can certainly still be there. 9Z are going to feel a little bit restricted in terms of what they can do. Like the off angle, got here fast. Didn't use too much util either here for 9Z, so I don't even know that they come out clearing David's position.
And David sped over really quickly. Naturally, you're expecting them to clear it nonetheless. Digit, meanwhile, is nestled away super safely on Kenny S. Not gonna peek without the flashbang, and when he finds nothing, he'll just drop down. Lukanzi was actually ducked away into the corner, and David, indeed, he doesn't get peeked. VSM will trade, though. Even so, has to be careful. NQZ is actually at car, and they have 0 incendiaries to force him off of it. If there's any angle for him to get a multi-kill from, this is it. Though they peek forward right as he's done peeking, and he re-peeks into them. Woody gets that one for free. Max now has to come through and make up for his AWPer's lackings. There is still a player on short, so they can't really feel too comfortable pushing up. They have to come back from the other side, and Digit through the smoke will just connect and drop the bomb. Buys a lot more space and time for his teammates to start making their way over. And with Max repositioning all the way out to long, this is going to start to become a very tricky post plant. Molotov goes awry, but it's still a kill. It is beautiful. Enlightenment indeed. Buddha comes through.
Huh? I can't believe how that round goes just simply because they get these kills through smoke. I mean, Digit full tracking straight through the smoke to bring it to a 3-on-2, and then Buddha even missing his Molotov, but still finding the spam. So very fortunate kills without info, without vision, but it's not luck. You know, you set yourself up for success by practice. It's just a fortunate alignment. Sounds a lot like luck, but it's not, I assure you. It's slightly different.
look, the Digit one might be luck. I actually think the Buddha one solves kill.
Yeah. Got a good read.
He saw the player, so...
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, chunky, but it doesn't matter because Phelps will be the one to get the kill. That second nade, though, oh, close, no cigar.
Going short is unideal with the amount of damage that was done to these players that have been circulating in middle. Oh, the double nade!
God, if they just send it slightly deeper.
Well, if this had been a standard round here from Fluxo, I think because of the health, they've played it way more cautious than they otherwise would have. Yeah, because no more hinge smoke. NQZ gets a freebie onto Lux, who's trying to rendezvous with the squad, making their way into short.
So nice to see. You haven't seen the boost up nades into LT in a while now. ICB started those ones off. Deep Molotov comes out. David is making it look easy from this bomb site. 4-0. 9Z are starting off with domination.
Yeah, looking really good. They lost the opening pick, but so weak in the knees were Fluxo and NQZ taking some risks.
I really appreciate the grenades. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is why playing the round out so slow on the short side can be a little bit to your detriment. It's kind of fallen out of favor to do the HE stack. I think we only saw for like a week or two that teams were really running it, but
it's nice the way they use it, just to make sure that if there's any sort of hinge smoke, etc. going on as well, that they can keep the players further back long enough that NQZ can then become more of a factor.
Yeah, just soften them up as well for your riflers.
Obviously. Always nice.
1-for-1 trade in the mid-adventure, but they're not going to force the issue here on Fluxo. They've given up a lot of ground in trying to reconvene and reset. Could have been a short re-aggro, could have been a long push. They have no tabs on those sides of the map that would still be a bit of a gamble for 9Z. The longer they wait, the more uncomfortable this is going to feel.
They're starting to push in with Max as well. He's very low. Woody should get this one for free. The scout was what got the tag early in, but within 40 seconds, a Molotov is down, and he only got information for one. If he starts to make assumptions, it'll be on the basis of the fact that it was just a scout there, and the CTs might want to stack on a site regardless. Buddha, with no flash on the T side, he'll be the one to try and gun them down. There is the AWP of NQZ as well. No smokes to try and cross over. He has to get these kills. Comes through with the first one. Flashbang overhead to let the peek come through. Buddha, however, doesn't turn in time. And now it's all down to the pair of rookies. David, however, Mr. Veteran himself, comes through and shows them how it's done.
Ay caramba, this guy's spicy. David just full assertiveness coming back into that bomb site. That looks so damn clean. And you can see the lack of coordination there between NQZ and Buddha. Like you said, these newer additions trying to work together to stop this B-side push, but Buddha only steps in today, so maybe not ready for a flash to come in quite like that. Could have hopped behind him, for example, as well, but NQZ wanted to make use of it as well.
So many flashes. And David is the one who gets the kill.
Okay. Got a glimpse between the flashes, just like a fraction of a second.
Odd man.
I mean, this is a very awkward exchange. There's so many smokes down, there's so many flashes, nobody can see a damn thing, so they get out of there. Not sure about you, but I'm getting a Very defeated vibe from this round here for Fluxo. They use so much util and then they just cancel, they bail like that.
Look, the thing is that at least they do have the individuals to try and get some dry peaks, no util needed. But if Buddha's going for peaks like that one, it'll be difficult. Even the smoke blooms at a great time, so that will be there till about, what, 33 seconds or so. Grenade goes in deep. Not really any damage dealt, but time's ticking down low and things are looking dicey. NQZ's got an incendiary as well, so if you want to go up short, that shouldn't really be an option. NQZ's not been spotted at this angle so far. Molotovs, etc. are there, but the call has been made. Digit is going to be playing from the off angle, and Lukowski and VSM might have gotten some kills, but they won't matter. 10 seconds, the bomb nowhere nearby for them. They have to save on Woody's op. Nicely done from 9Z.
Yeah. Even pushing in a little bit extra. You can get a kill after the fact, but all about the long game here for 9Z.
And Digit and David have been stunningly good.
Yeah, they have. They've been doing great work locally. 9Z, I think, have definitely cemented themselves amongst the top. Not much we knew coming into this tournament, but I don't know, man. Sometimes even the favorites will have slow run-ins. You know, I think Fluxo are a strong team, but we saw how much they got tested in the first round. 9Z just continue to impress. You know, they've implemented a new player today. I mean, I'm sure there would have been a little bit of practice leading up. It's not like, hey, you're graduating from the academy team now. Your first game is in an hour. I don't feel like any organization makes that call.
That would be
but
hilarious, though.
Yeah, I mean, that would certainly be the entrance to your hero story, or if things didn't go right, your villain arc. But
just bring him up, be like, hey, we asked what we need to win the major, and someone told us God. We couldn't find him, so Buddha we'll settle for Buddha instead.
yeah, it'll do.
Ooh, that's not the Molotov you're trying to go for. Oh,
Good counter kill.
crispy.
Nade's good as well.
Lukowski peeks forward and he wants to go for more, but it's now time for the op to attempt to shine. Only a bit of luster is what he can manage, as these entries are too fast and will be leaving them a little bit furious.
Yeah, I mean, this is not exactly how rounds like this usually build up. The 4 players being ready to fight for that long control on the CT side, and they all die. How often are you B retake 1 versus 3 like this so quick? Looks a triple kill in this round. Very sharp shooting from him. The name that we talked the least about on this Fluxo squad, but being the one that delivers the most amount of damage.
Hey man, I mean, he's a crucial part of Fluxo. Without him, they would just be foe.
I hate you. But I love pho.
Yeah,
if anybody's
pretty
ever
good.
visited Vietnam, that food delicious.
It's legit.
It's actually pronounced pho, but you know, I did it for the brand. First round on the board though, and did so by outgunning 9Z, where the past few rounds that has certainly not been the case. They even started a man down with Digit getting a kill through smoke, but when they saw them, they couldn't get the kills.
Indeed. Lukowski, oh, right as the smoke was about to bloom as well, David is going to meet his demise. Digit, however, has dropped the bomb, and he knows it. He's heard that tick-a-tick, and Max has got the tick-a-tick right into Lux's head.
And more info gained. Digit close enough to have heard the scope, but also wise enough not to hang around too heavy. Man advantage, sitting on top of that bomb and trying to keep eyes on it would likely be a death sentence. Only so few angles you can maintain.
Spamming away does give a lot of information. Does that mess up the smoke? There's a gap in it?
Well, first off, it was the smoke that's supposed to land on top of the box, and he was there. So yeah, it did block it, but no mid B whatsoever.
I was very confused about how he managed to do that. Well, they're setting up for some sort of a run boost forward. That is a little bit short on it. And NQZ is saying, thank you very much. I didn't realize you did delivery as well, Fluxo.
Yeah, that run boost did nothing. Got like no extra distance whatsoever.
I think sometimes you need to do a run boost just to get the team's morale up. Like, ooh, look at how far we can go, guys. We can go as far in the server as well. Despite Lucassi's great entry kill, it's just Digit being able to drop the bomb in such a precarious position. And once again, Max, well, actually it was David earlier, but once again, a player from 9Z goes by completely uncleared on long.
Yeah, lack of a hinge smoke. That's what cost them there. Smoke's just on the floor in mid, and that's the reason the hinge smoke is so powerful. Allows you to safely cross up towards the short position. They can only blindly spam. Woody, critical shot missed. Fluxo have been searching for entry kills throughout this half so far, and they found a couple, that's for sure. Last round being an example of one that's not converted upon, but we know how quickly the dynamic can shift on that CT side when you start a man down. And all these extra flashes are just on the floor that everyone's making sure that they don't pick up. What an awkward angle here for Buddha. So committed.
Oh, beautiful stuff, man. He's really managed to continue and persevere on the B side. Obviously not quite the performance from Ancient, but it's hard to deliver the same thing against Fluxo, and well, he's making a good case for himself nonetheless. Flash is all dodged out as well. Solid positioning. Letting them scale up slowly. Stays on the threat. This is picture perfect play, and Max's Molotov is going to do nothing but help. Buddha is looking like a baddie right now.
Digit there to finish off the job, but yeah, Buddha does all the hard work there. Getting these opening kills where, I mean, you saw the off angle he took. You have to be a little bit cheeky, a little bit cheese to sometimes overcome opponents that you know are going to be able to hit just as hard. But Buddha just clotheslined them. They try to throw lurk smokes and they get taken down before they can even make anything of the round.
This is really impressive from 9Z right now.
Making Fluxo look like chumps.
Ooh. Once again, trying to step into Buddha's territory, and he has got the spray, and, well, you know when he prays, he's going to get the monster.
This is incredible. I mean, they throw so many flashes. So much util sent at him. He's blind for the first one, but he resets, and the flashes are staggered in such a way that he actually had 2 or 3 seconds when he could actually see the tunnel again. But afterwards, it was all about how quickly his team responded. Getting those first 3 bought all the time needed.
Dude, he is...
9Z, sorry, 9Z, one of these teams that has obviously made it to the Americas RMR, so we'll look forward to how that develops for them, but
man, I think
they made good cases, good arguments for why they are one of the top dogs in the region. Oh god, 1-for-1 exchanges in mid are back and forth, but still narrowly edged out by 9Z.
Just getting close. He knows that they've boosted themselves up, and he's got another freebie. He's so consistent at finding that frag. Taking advantage of the lack of the hinge smoke, like you mentioned. And NQZ, he's another rookie who we've not had too much of a chance to talk about because Buddha's been taking up our time. Well, Digit's got the high ground, and we know what that means. It means he's 18-2.
I mean, there are so many players with ridiculous score lines at the minute. I mean, Buddha with his B anchor, 10-2, Digit has been hyper mobile. He's been inserting himself in a lot of these mid fights, like you said, the consistency of which has been staggering. Yeah, and 18-2 when there's still more half to play. I don't know how you deal with this. You know, we looked at the head-to-head, we had these player comparisons up, and I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit, like, we can't really be comparing who Fluxo played up against versus who 9Z played up against.
Apparently we can.
It's like, that didn't even seem fair, you know, it's like, obviously it was going to be like 100 ADR, obviously the ratings for the whole team were going to be so much higher. But now we come into this game, the way this has started, it's like the same game!
Do you want to know something interesting?
No. I mean, yes.
Digit, thanks for the vote of confidence. Digit is on 173 ADR right now.
Disgusting.
God damn.
10-1, all the flashes given to one man to throw. There's a little trash bin of them. So Lux will try and sell the idea that it might be some sort of long presence, but that will in fact not be the case. Mid, instead the focus.
Buddha's about to get another one. He's just got the bomb as well. My Max just rips them apart. Oh man. I think I'm ready to say it. I think 9Z might be the best South American team of all time.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you went full in. Okay, I was going to say, I mean, you know, Buddha's the question mark. I think we'll agree. He's pretty legit. Good read on the economy there from 9Z. And, you know, that's something that is obviously communicated ahead of time for the whole squad and the whole team to understand. But for Buddha to take positions like that when there's a lurk smoke and a smoke down from the CT side as well, to play in front of it like that, very unlikely you get spammed like you would if they had AKs. Small details make the biggest difference sometimes. If the big guns actually cause much of a difference here for Fluxo. Track record's not great. Everyone's struggling.
Hard not to when 9Z are playing like this. This time it is the hint smoke, so maybe things can be different. Look, Halsey feeling the grenade, and Phelps feeling the pain. VSM is good for the one. Buddha actually ends up falling when he's not over towards the B-bomb side, but Digit is right here, baby! Digit is right here!
Dude, he's
oh my... What?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But how?
Oh, there's no way. I thought NQZ was like the only guaranteed kill in that round, and he just like flick no-scoped him. I'm ready to pack it up, man.
I think Fluxo are as well.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of rounds where it did feel as though they you know, things just went wrong very quickly, and you know, it's small things to hyper-analyze, but, you know, players not looking at anything or not holding their guns the right way. It's a bit of a vibe check, but maybe there's still life left in them. Phelps, VSM, couple of kills. See that they're confident, 9Z taking a lot of forward fights and not doing it so with the same caution that they have in previous rounds.
Oh, they're going to cut off the bomb, though. They're going to cut off the bomb right there. David's going to get one on short. No, okay, never mind. He's just checking that one. Okay. I could see it in my head.
Yeah.
Not quite. Oh, well, that's not great. Buddha's come right back, and they are choosing to fight him. And QZ's op has actually abandoned the A-bomb side in the meanwhile, because he thought that maybe it's going to be an overrun attempt over in mid. And they've decided to instead go for the retake, splitting up as they search for clues. And QC with a flashbang and a smoke ready. If he wants to try and chuck a flash out, won't even need it. Phelps is gone already. Buddha trying to move up, knows there's a player close and personal. Good spam damage in the meanwhile as well. And with a flashbang rather than a nade in his face, it is two 1v1s being isolated. Lux is now the last man remaining, and it seems like the best of rounds will still be looking disgustingly difficult. But it's trying to cover off. He's given the call out. They just defused. Or they just defused. And then Buddha gets the kill?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, look. It always just works.
I can explain this to you, but you're not gonna like it. Because I don't know what's happening here. Looks like taking deep CT control when they know that there's an AWP long, instead of doubling short with his teammate when they are fighting the one player on short. Like, the post plant breaks down completely. I think the communication wasn't there for Fluxo, and the one chance that Flux had to win that round was just gone. So David will hold down things over at long. I'm getting sick and tired of finding double kills, but they are still back in this here on the Fluxo side. 3-on-3. I won't hold my breath. Right now, this T-side half has been below standard for these Fluxo players.
I mean, you can hold your breath. I'm pretty sure you can hold it for as long as the rest of this is going to take. This is...
Info at B, but is pushing. So there will be a bit of a lean here from 9Z, considering the aggression that was there in the earlier stages of this round. 9Z are going to win this one, too. They're going to win this one, too.
And Kizzy's in a great position to guarantee it at the very least. There's a smoke for himself on the bomb side, and while that clears up, these crossing smokes will be gone. Buddha's rotation is only going to bring more utility with it. NQZ, now that he starts peeking over... Yep, he's dropped the bomb. Yeah, Molotov on the side as well. NQZ's about to get another peek to come his way, and if they want to try and recover this, VSM's already low, and as they try and move close, NQZ is good for that as well. VSM about to deal with the double danger of short. A grenade is good and well placed, but Digit has already crept up. Buddha reveals his position, just trying to buy some space for Digit to move through, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Digit's got incendiaries, but he's also got a teammate, and that teammate is Buddha.
I mean, incredible half from these two in particular. Barely died, had so much impact. All these B plays from Fluxo was met by Buddha's great positioning, his opening kills. Digit as well was always there as reinforcements. Those two were just so impossible to pass. And even when they went to the A-bomb site, those two are not the ones you fight. You might break in, but these post plants aren't going to go that much better for you. And the one round that it really felt like they had the most amount of possibility, the post plant just looks poor. I don't think I've ever been so let down by, I think what we would, I mean, you looked at this group, I looked at this group, I saw these two names and I was like, this is going to be a pretty solid winner's match. Probably going to be a rematch later in the playoffs, but Fluxo just look outclassed.
They've left the bomb behind at 9Z, so maybe there's at least an opportunity to try and take that one down, but now they're trying to bring it back and go for the double pincer in the meanwhile, and with that, Max will miss his shots. Lukowski will find him, but the bomb now knows that there are two CT players pushed all the way up, and incendiary down as well. Some tag damage onto VSM. They can circle back and go elsewhere too, but they'd rather just try and take the fights head on. The grenades are nice. Lukowski's shots are better, but NQZ is still alive, and with that, the death of many CTs is yet to come. And they've cheated Phelps back over to this B bomb site long enough that the cross can be here. Woody cannot prevent it. Buddha's taken his opportunity to make sure no one is coming in from long, and now these players as isolated as they are, Phelps needs to land a few more of those nice shots. NQZ so far on 2 for the round. Great spot to be in to try and close this out as well, but he's missing shots. Will rectify that very swiftly. A one-on-one for Buddha yet again. It's the boy wonder, and he spotted out Woody, and the fact that he is not on the defuse once again is able to take the peek and take the sightlines. Finally, Woody will get the kill, and Buddha, after a half of domination, is unable to capitalize.
Yeah, finally something goes right here for Fluxo. The fact that they were even at a deficit, for them to come back into this, some very good shooting for Lucalzi to really give them a chance back in this, but that snapshot from Phelps might have been the final turning point. I don't know. I'm down on Fluxo right now. I'm really saddened by how this day has come to a close. But maybe there's still life in them. Maybe this CT side is where it all comes together, because post plants were what was letting them down. But now maybe they don't have to worry about that. Maybe it's just all about retakes and getting the kills that they need to, because these players have the experience. They have the aim. We know this. Phelps will demonstrate. First kill onto Buddha, who had that stellar start. BSM might even include himself into the action. Deep smoke. Lucalzi is activated in his mid-hold. And Z's herd have been thinned out.
Oh! And QC is looking sharp and sharper.
This guy's the AWPer.
Now, man, this guy is only one thing. He is a savior of this round. Lux doesn't realize that they haven't actually moved past, and Digit is about to catch him out as well, but he's now made noise. Digit reveals his position. Molotov catches out Max. Bombs dropped. And QZ, however, been given up some space and some sound. QZ's just going to come through. Could be the full ace. Oh my goodness, NQZ realizes where the last player is as well. 9Z, nothing can stop them. Nothing.
That's the kind of impact you think Blame F or someone's going to have. This guy goes from entry fragging to lurking, and doing so in a high-stakes moment where it's 2-on-2, you know, your teammates on the other side of the map, they have to try and go and recover the bomb with low time, and NQZ just locking those players in. Yeah, Fluxo, we're going to see you in the lower bracket, I think it's fair to say. This has been a completely one-sided game. Minor glimpses, maybe, at what's to be here for Fluxo, but DUST2, we said it was going to be actually play into their hand a little bit, but
we lied.
Yeah, they haven't got any hands, actually.
Bomb needs to be recovered. At the very least, there is that to consider. Molotovs and the like going through, and QC is hyper aware of the possibility of a flank to come in, and as it is lined up, Phelps will move through the CZ to catch him out, and against all odds, I will not say it. Not
yeah,
quite
I'm
yet.
not saying anything.
Buddha brings it back to a one-on-one. Has got the time to play with as well to cheat Phelps into thinking that there could be different angles that he has gone for. And this is the most different angle I could have possibly imagined. I don't think Phelps is ready for this one at all.
He should hear it at least.
I mean, it depends
By
on
the
when...
time Buddha gets close, Phelps should be within earshot.
Depends on when Buddha actually decides to start walking is the big question, isn't it?
I don't think he can't afford to walk.
I mean, it depends whether he's going for the kill or for the straight aim duel. Phelps,
he's not even looking for it.
He hasn't heard it. Oh, pulls out the CZ. Pulls out the CZ, not going to be checking, and Phelps will find the kill. Buddha had a real chance, but like he had to try and look for a fight, and obviously we've got all eyes on Phelps, but damn, that gets too close.
Yeah, he's just so concerned. I think he was expecting Phelps to maybe just be holding in from the double doors or something in that capacity, and when he wasn't there, I think the realization set in, like, I don't have time. So, wanted to try and hunt him down nice and quick, but Phelps was where he least expected. Surprising round there from Fluxo. That was a force buy that has pulled through. Counter action here from 9Z is to force buy themselves with the upgraded pistols, and Fluxo are getting physical, pushing down towards top middle, getting the opening kill as well. With the holding the long line. It should be around where there should any real problems. Buddha has got a lot of space over towards A, but And a lot of numbers here for Fluxo as well. 3-on-5. We'll let it be.
Look how... Ooh. All right, clean round
Yeah.
so far.
These are confidence builders.
They need that.
They do. I muted myself, but I did laugh a little bit when it was the Buddha 1-on-3 and he got it to a 1-on-1 so quickly. I did laugh a little bit because it seems like Fluxo can't prevent themselves from ending up in tighter situations than they need to be. This is a round that you don't have to even think about. Long journey, tough road to right the ship. But you can see that they're trying to mix things up as well. If you're too static on the CT side, when you try and mix things up later, then you don't want to end up in this situation where, oh, we made the wrong call. They know that they have to make a lot of right decisions to continue a streak here on this CT side. And you want to make it so that it's uncomfortable for 9Z to operate around the map. They shouldn't be given free territory. They should always be suspicious about what's around the corner or whether you're going to push at a particular timing. So mixing things up, playing aggressive. These players are more than capable of doing it, and they certainly have the right approach, but there's a lot to navigate around. You only get one shot to move through this maze and find the exit. Take one wrong turn, and the game is over.
That's a really annoying maze. I mean, the normal advice is just keep going left. Nine Z though, they have been going right all the way, so maybe that is the way. Gotta go for the eco right now.
Sorry, with the names they have, Fluxo probably frustrated, but hopefully during these pauses, these lapses, they are able to get themselves in the right headspace to pull off what they're trying to do here. We'll say Dukalzi getting aggro when they should recognize they're on pistols is a bit of a concern. Phelps is dinked as well, and he's still standing his ground, but only took 7 damage, so never mind.
It's the weakest dink I've ever seen.
Yeah, just about.
Well, Digit has recovered an M4, and he is on a foray. He's going to run over, find some kills, find some fights. Where's the bomb? Oh, okay, it's in the corpses over there. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
do they know he doesn't have it?
I don't think they do.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, swing him once
just
again.
wants to keep
One
taking
more
the
time.
pot shots. Peek me. Peek me. Aye, they did.
This time more prepared. Went with the flash. Didn't want to commit too many resources at first, but can't be too careful. I think Digit as well might have gone for the self-boost onto the top of the boxes in the longhouse, becoming a more and more popular trick.
I learn it and I do it in the server every single time, and then I forget it in the game.
Yeah, I know it can be hard. It's very pixel. I mean, it's not completely pixel perfect, but very specific lineup. Now only very recently popularized.
I'm telling you, man, Rob's just nerds out about everything, and then suddenly everyone's doing it.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Entropic do it first, but probably sure
you might be right.
probably saw somebody else do it, you know,
Yeah.
the transitive property. We watched demos. Damage is done onto 9Z at the start of this round. Buddha and David, not exactly healthy. 1 dink territory. I mean, 1 shot in the knee for David would do enough. Fluxo are pushing towards the upper tunnels. It is being held by Buddha, but on an angle, he just actually gets off of the box, and the timing is poor. VSM got early alerts that he was going to be peeking, and they fall off of the B-side angle. You can see the urgency here for 9Z. They know the type of information that the CT side now has to work with.
They've got 2 flashes, and that might be all they need, because these CTs are fairly split up. That grenade's beautiful. That grenade's gorgeous. It does so much damage, but Max still gets the entry? How in the world has he gone and done that? There's orbs to contend with, which will make this ascent more difficult, but even so, you can just crouch right past, which is exactly what NQZ is trying to go for.
Aid solid. They're so weak here for 9Z.
Oh, David caught out and brought down, but they might not be expecting a second player over in middle. It's Digit to come through with another. It's back onto a 2-on-2. And what started off with a CT side advantage, they're not going to be expecting Max on the side. Max in a 1-on-1, almost puts himself in a winning position, but Fluxo will continue to extend their lease on life 1 round at a time.
Yeah, critical clutch for them to win, something that evaded them so frequently in that first half, but things can certainly be put to the right position here for Fluxo. I think all that extra damage certainly tallied up. You can see the headshots, the extra impact that those A1Ss can do. I mean, just pre-firing on angles where they're holding these tight lines, these tight crosses. It was impossible to trade. Knock him down a peg. Ooh. He toasted his feet just to get his hands back on that AK. The one that was brought up by Digit and only him. Well, left the bomb in a bit of a weird spot, but shouldn't matter. This round is looking pretty nice here from Fluxo. Maybe another clean one is on the cards.
You know, if you look at Max, the bomb icon on his picture, or rather on the HUD when he's carrying it, it looks sort of like a shot from Max. But I'm about to say it looks like sort of like a brick wall wearing a backpack.
Yeah, no, I did notice something similar. It's a very strange-looking icon. What can you do? It's recognizable enough.
Kind of funky. Brick wall with a backpack.
I think it's supposed to be like TNT with a timer.
Yeah. Upon closer examination, I found that too.
Very old Western, cartoon version of what a depiction of a bomb, I suppose.
Wile E. Coyote starts running away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Good flashes. They've got the follow-ups as well. Woody, while blind, will still come through with 1, and the CTs will maintain equilibrium.
Massive surprise to go 1-for-1 there. I don't even think I saw much crossover where Woody actually saw too much, but boost up into the bomb site. There are 3 players in close proximity here for Fluxo, and Lux is one of them. Double smokes for the wall, and they're going to see if they can cross successfully. Only a couple players are actually in forward spots, so hesitant to make this move just yet. 9Z slow crossing using the car, and Buddha is spammed down, so this is one of the problems with not having enough bodies. Look at the bomb. It's separated from the rest of the pack. Right now, NQZ just holding this long line, and there are so many Fluxo members around the other side.
They're really hoping that Fluxo buys into the possibility of a B play, but NQZ double scoped in, won't even realize if there's someone in CT. Flashbang is decent, but it gives away their intentions. A re-smoke down, and Phelps is more worried, but the problem is going to be Lukowski, who's playing up close range. He has revealed himself. Good trade, and Digits come through with another, but VSM still alive on short means anything is possible. He's got a grenade, a smoke ready for the one-way as well. And as he peeks right over, the grenade's good. The grenade's great, but it's just barely off of it. 1 point of HP might be all that they need. Flashbang to go deep. Swing out from Digit, and NQZ with a Glock? Switches out for the AK, that's more I like it, and he's going for the headshots, not an angle for him, but NQZ will still manage to confirm the inevitability. Fluxo will fight, but they will not be able to get themselves too much more.
Yeah, I mean, with the way this